there, wormies! Are you married to someone who has ADHD? Or are you the ADHDer who's stuck in a cycle of relationships that always seem to fail no matter what you try? It's not your fault. Most relationship building techniques weren't made for the ADHD brain and could sometimes even make things worse. But it's never too late to get the strategies and tools that you need to overcome the challenges your ADHD has thrown into your relationships. So, don't give up on your marriage before you read this book, ADHD and I. I'm Hannah and I have autism and ADHD. I make weekly videos rating the representation of neurodiversity in the media. Hit that like and subscribe button to join the neurodiverse bookworm family so you don't miss the latest recommendation. And by the way, this is the last Valentine's I'll be spending single. How would you rate your relationship right now? Let me know down in the comments. I've been engaged for nearly 2 years and I am so excited to get married to my partner, Diego. In fact, just recently he got his visa to come to the States approved. My last partner often made me feel ashamed of my ADHD characteristics. When I would get all excited about something and go off on a monologue, he would tell me I was talking too much. And so I would squash myself and try and hide my joy. Now I have a supportive partner who really loves to hear what I say and gets all excited about it. When I'm excited, he wants to hear, but I still sometimes feel that shame, and it's taken me a long time to get over it and be myself and not apologize for monologuing yet again. Anita Robertson, a licensed clinical social worker, was motivated to write this book because she saw how many neurodiverse couples were falling into negative cycles because of a lack of effective communication tools. And while she herself is not ADHD, she is in a mixed nationality marriage, just like Diego and I. Diego's Brazilian and I am American. And there are many similarities between having to learn about cultural differences and facing culture shock when you're in a mixed nationality relationship, just like there are when you're learning the peculiarities and differences of your ADHD partner who has a totally different neurotype than you. In the first chapter, she gives you a foundation for understanding what ADHD is. ADHD goes far beyond the idea that most of us have, that it's just some trouble focusing and maybe a bit of restlessness. As you can see in this iceberg, it's so much more beneath the surface. She explains the origin of many of these issues in chapter 1 as problems with executive functions. And the main 5 executive functions are attention, organization and planning, working memory, emotional regulation, and self-control. When you have problems with these, it's likely to lead to relationship conflicts and breakdowns in communication. The inability to complete necessary tasks to maintain a household can leave both partners feeling frustrated, resentful, and angry. Let's take a look at a typical conflict cycle. The neurotypical brain can't understand why it's so difficult for their partner to do something they've asked, like cleaning up after themselves. So the partner with ADHD initially responds to the requests and may make grand gestures like cleaning the house or finishing a project to make their partner happy. However, they may not complete the tasks or be able to sustain the day-to-day tasks their partner is asking of them. Over time, the neurotypical partner tries to make sense of their partner's failure to meet these simple requests by misinterpreting it to mean their partner does not care, love, or respect them. And they find themselves constantly feeling disappointed and frustrated. Then the partner with ADHD starts believing that their partner can't see the effort they're putting in and feels misunderstood and unappreciated. Have you seen this cycle in your relationship? Don't despair, because the rest of this book will tell you how to break this cycle. It's not going to be easy to break out of this negative pattern, but if you're willing to put in the work to build a lasting relationship, then this book is for you. In order to do this, you're going to need to practice the 5 relationship pillars: praise, acknowledgement, games, a growth mindset, and positive acceptance. That last one is the most important to me, I think, because creating a safe environment by using the 5 relationship pillars helps your partner with ADHD heal from past hurts, forming a deep bond of trust in your relationship. A positive, accepting relationship for someone with ADHD helps unleash the incredible strengths that an ADHD brain has. These benefits come in the form of frequent expressions of intense joy, excitement, and love that the partner with ADHD feels. Adults with ADHD like to do small and big acts of love to make their partner happy. They are amazing at making their partner feel loved, cared for, prioritized, and happy because they do want to be the best one for the one they love. Robertson analyzes stories from real couples living with ADHD and breaks them down from the perspective of the ADHD partner as well as the non-ADHD partner. Then she provides the strategies that they could use in order to avoid future situations like that. She shares games and activities that capitalize on the ADHD love for humor and silliness and playfulness, which will lead you to connect through laughter and help you overcome some of your shame, even when you do fail. For example, if you forget something, she suggests that instead of spiraling into shame and resentment and frustration, that you make a parody of Britney Spears' "Oops, I did it again." The sillier the better, to reset the mood and avoid that spiral so common to ADHDers. ADHD and Us is an across-the-board 5. Authentic, relatable, funny, and definitely diverse. The stories are of real couples of all different ages and genders, even parts of the LGBTQ community. It's a very thought-provoking book, encouraging you to shift your mindset to learning new modes of communication. And in fact, since I read this book and put into practice some of the techniques, my relationship, not only with Diego, but with my friends and family, has improved. It's also highly neurodivergent, affirming, and accessible in its design. It has short chapters that are broken down into various subsections, and then the key points are summarized at the end of the chapter in takeaways, so that even if you can't manage to read the whole book in detail, you can get the main points and still be successful. The book ends by encouraging you to explore the various support resources available and sets you up for success with a review of the tips presented in the book. And one of the most important that I want to finish with is learn to apologize. The most important thing in a relationship is not preventing a negative experience, they're inevitable, but knowing how to repair it. Being in a relationship means that you will disappoint someone, hurt someone, and mess up, and they will do the same to you. Knowing how to make it better is more important than not doing it in the first place, because that's nearly impossible. Getting good at being accountable, apologizing, and repairing will help your relationship and you in the long term. Apologizing is an investment in your relationship. Having strong understanding of the pillar of positive acceptance can make it easier for you to apologize. And knowing that I am accepted and loved for who I am, even the parts of me that I struggle to accept in myself, makes me far more motivated than any shame ever could to change myself and work on myself to become the best version I can be, and knowing that even if I fail, I'm not alone to pick up the pieces. That is what I love about my partner. Thanks for watching. So what advice would you give Diego and me as we begin married life? Tell us down in the comments what you've already tried that either went really well or was a horrible disaster, so that we don't make the same mistake. If you're looking for more Nerdiversity media content, then click here to see my latest review. And don't forget to like, comment what you would like to see me review next, and of course subscribe so that you don't miss the latest recommendation. Have a great Valentine's!